might find a use for you one day. Hey nerds, it's Tiri. Welcome back to my show. Blizzard is doing a Black Friday sale for the month of December. Goes through January 1st, and it's up to 75% off of World of Warcraft stuff, so you can get the battle chest up to Cataclysm for $5 instead of $20. You can get the Mists of Pandaria expansion for $10 instead of $40. And if you want the fancy schmancy digital deluxe edition of Mists of Pandaria, it is on sale for $40 instead of $60. As a reminder, the Mists of Pandaria Deluxe Edition comes with the in-game World of Warcraft Imperial Quillen mount, the Quillen pets, the StarCraft portraits, and the Diablo 3 sigil and banner accent. StarCraft stuff is up to 50% off. Basic game is $20 instead of $40. Heart of the Swarm is $20 instead of $40. If you want the Heart of the Swarm Deluxe Edition, it is $40 instead of $60. And you get the Baneling pet for World of Warcraft. You get an Ultralisk skin, 3 decals and 3 portraits for StarCraft, and the Diablo 3 Blade Wings and Banner Sigil. There's a huge blue post with tons of information that I'm going to link about the changes that are coming to armor and weapons in World of Warcraft. There are a lot of changes. So check out the link for more information, but I want to cover some of the highlights. They're doing away with armor with a set main stat. So they're doing away with intellect plate or agility mail. It's going to have its basic stats like armor and stamina. And then whatever your spec is will determine what main stat it has. I have heard people asking for this for such a long time. So basically anything that drops, if you have somebody that can wear that type of armor in your group, whether it be plate, cloth, leather, mail, they can use it if it's got better stats. So if it's a higher item level, then it's probably going to have better stats once it's equipped. They're doing away with hit, expertise, dodge, and parry on armor. Whoa. But stats like stamina, armor, crit, mastery, haste, those will all stay the same on the piece of gear regardless of your spec. Blizzard is adding 3 secondary stats to armor: readiness, multi-strike, and amplify. Readiness increases the cooldown recovery rate of some abilities. Multi-strike adds chances to hit each target for an additional 30% damage. Amplify increases your crit damage multiplier, multi-strike multiplier, and your secondary stats. They're adding a new type of stat called tertiary. Tertiary? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Leech, which heals on damage dealt, Inspiration, which heals on damage taken, and Cleave, which does extra damage to additional targets. Come Warlords of Draenor, Blizzard will be making gem sockets a lot more rare on pieces of gear, and they're doing away with meta sockets and socket bonuses. They're strongly considering making it required to put a certain colored gem in a particular gem socket. Big changes. Big changes. As of right now in testing mode, they have it set to a 10% chance to get 1 of 3 augmentations. Higher item level, similar to the way Warforged gear works in Mists of Pandaria, a gem slot, or a tertiary stat. So the chances of getting all 3 on one piece of gear are extremely rare. As far as weapons and rings and non-armor things go, instead of agility, intellect, or strength, you will see attack power or spell power to have a broader appeal, so it's more likely that people can use it in your group. Non-armor can also have spirit and bonus armor, and they may keep their primary stats. Check the link below to see the blue post for more information on the randomized stat thing they're doing with Warlords of Draenor and more on the topics I've talked about. Wowhead.com has a talent calculator for Warlords of Draenor, so you can see what changes are going to happen with your class so far and kind of get an idea of what you might want to do when the expansion comes out. Link below. Blizzard is adding a few new features to Diablo 3's new expansion, Reaper of Souls. Adventure mode is a mode where all waypoints are unlocked, all difficulties are unlocked. You can essentially do anything in the game that you want to do on any difficulty. It's a free-for-all battle zone. Go where you please, kill what you please, try whatever you wanted to try and just haven't gotten that far yet, so you can't try it. Within the adventure mode are bounties. So they're like randomized objectives that you can complete. So it's kind of like a Diablo 3 in-game questing system. you get experience and gold at the end of completing a bounty. And at the end of the bounty, you also get Rift Keystones, which allow you to experience another new feature in adventure mode, Nephalem Rifts. Nephalem Rifts are what they previously called loot runs and consist of random content from Acts 1 through 5. The textures are random, the mobs are random, the weather is random, the length is also random. You have a random boss encounter at the end, and of course, the loot is random, but there is definitely a lot of loot to be had. Nephalem Rifts will have new shrines that give players buffs like invulnerability, super speed bonus, a crazy light aura that one-shots any enemy that comes within range. Blizzard has also been experimenting with monster density within these Nephalem Rifts, meaning that you could randomly be bombarded with a lot of friends and enemies that you wouldn't normally see together, just a random burst of mobs. Check the link for more information on what's coming with Diablo 3's Reaper of Souls expansion. I'm also going to include a link to many forums where an exclusive number of Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls beta testers will be posting their experiences, their thoughts, their insights on the new Reaper of Souls expansion beta. The last topic of today is the Design Your Legendary project Blizzard's doing for Diablo 3, where we get to give advice and input to the Blizzard creators on a legendary item that will be put into Diablo 3. 2 polls have been done on this so far. The first poll was to figure out what type of weapon do we want, and the vote was one-handed sword. So it's going to be a one-handed sword. But now we want to know, what kind of theme is it going to have? What kind of visual design? The poll for the theme resulted in Mephisto winning with a 32.5% of votes. So we will have a dark, scary, skeletal warlord themed sword. What does this mean? What does this mean? People should draw what they think it's going to be and win. If they're the closest, that'd be a contest with quite the gray area, wouldn't it? There are other things I so want to talk about with Diablo 3 and StarCraft 2, but my videos would just be way too long if I put all the things I wanted to talk about into one video. So that is my show for today. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. Definitely check back every Wednesday for news and gaming videos in between. I will be live streaming this Friday at 7:40 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Tirinei. I hope to see you there. I hope everybody's having a great week. Have fun gaming, and I will see you soon. Okay? I love you all. Bye. Totally gonna put this bad boy in tomorrow night. I'm so excited. New solid state drive. Yes. It would already be in my desktop, but I had to make a video.